Welcome, grade 10 science enthusiasts. It's me, your science teacher, Ma'am Karin J. Canzado. Today, we are going to describe the distribution of active volcanoes, earthquake epicenters, and major mountain belts. At the end of this video, you should be able to answer this. Number 1, describe the location of active volcanoes, mountain belts, and earthquake epicenters. Second, determine the scientific basis for dividing the lithospheric plates. And third, show preparedness to some natural occurrences. And to start our lesson, please watch this.
Our Earth is dynamic, our landscape constantly changing, sometimes imperceptibly, sometimes dramatically. From the slow growth of mountains, measured in millimeters per year, to the rapid destruction of volcanoes and earthquakes, our Earth is never still. So, let's look at these features in more depth.
Find the center. How do scientists locate the epicenter of an earthquake? What is the importance of determining the epicenter of an earthquake? Let's consider this scenario. According to the news, an earthquake happened from 3 different places in the Philippines, giving different intensities, namely Baguio, Palawan, and Cagayan de Oro. However, it was summer and none of the 3 places mentioned experienced the major damage. How could this be possible? The answer? It is possible. How? When using the triangulation method. You should know this first. Seismic waves, vibrations on the earth produced by an earthquake. Epicenter, the place on the earth's surface that is directly above the point where an earthquake starts. Seismograph, also called a seismometer, an instrument used to detect and record seismic waves. Seismogram, a record produced by a seismograph. How do scientists locate the epicenter of an earthquake? Seismologists determine the location of the epicenter of an earthquake through triangulation method. Triangulation method that uses distance information from 3 seismic stations to locate the earthquake epicenter. Circles are drawn on a map around each seismic station. The point where the 3 circles intersect is the location of the epicenter of an earthquake. For learning task number 1, find the center. We're going to study the activity and we'll follow the procedure before answering the question. Procedure number 1. Study the data showing the difference in the arrival time of primary wave and S wave or secondary wave on 3 seismic recording stations. Number 1. Compute the distance of the epicenter from each of the stations using this formula. D is equal to time difference times 100 km divided by 8 seconds, where D is equal to distance in kilometer, TD is equal to time difference in the arrival time of P wave and S wave in seconds. This formula is suited because 8 seconds is the interval between the times of arrival of the P wave and S wave at a distance of 100 kilometers. Number 2. Choose one of the recording stations and measure the computed distance on the scale. The scale of the map is 1 cm is to 100 kilometers. Set your compass for that computed distance. Center your compass on the station you have chosen. Draw a circle. Using the map of Cavite, you're going to draw the location of the epicenter of an earthquake in Carmona, Silang, and GMA Cavite if the hypothetical distance of epicenter in Carmona is 300 kilometers, Silang is 200 kilometers, and GMA is 200 kilometers. Draw this in your notebook. You're going to use the scale of 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometer. Before we proceed to the next part, let us have the 5-item test or pre-test to assess you what you know about the earthquake epicenter, active volcanoes, and mountain ranges. You will write your answer in your science journal. In this activity, you're going to complete the table by using the picture to describe its observable or physical characteristics of earthquake epicenter, active volcano, and mountain ranges. Using the map, you're going to list down in the table and describe the locations of the active volcanoes, earthquake-prone areas, and mountain ranges in the Philippines. In this task, using the world map, you're going to locate and list down the location of active volcanoes, earthquake zones, and mountain ranges in the world. Guide questions. Number 1. Based on the map, list down the places where you can find the following: A. Volcanoes, B. Earthquake epicenters, and C. Mountain ranges. Second question. Why do active volcanoes, mountain ranges or folded mountains, and earthquake zone are located in the same place? Third, explain why those places in the map have active volcanoes, earthquake epicenters, and mountain ranges. You're going to write your answer in your science journal. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, is a service institute of the Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, warns for the big one in the Philippines. Based on the picture or video, why is it important to know the location of faults, active volcanoes, and earthquake epicenters? You're going to write your answer on your science journal.
Tinukoy ng PHIVOLCS ang 75 barangay sa loob at labas ng Metro Manila na dadaanan o dinadaanan ng East at West Valley Fault System. At pinapayawan din ng PHIVOLCS ang mga naninirahan o nag-oopisina kaya sa mga barangay na ito na suriin kung gaano kalapit sa fault line ang kanilang mga establishmento. Nagpapatrol, Ting Castañeda.
75 barangay ang natukoy ng PHIVOLCS na dinadaanan ng East at West Valley Fault System. Ang ilang mga barangay sa Rodriguez Rizal, dinadaanan ng parehong East at West Valley Fault. Samantalang ang nasa San Mateo naman, East Valley Fault lang. Pero ang mga barangay sa Bulacan, Laguna at Cavite, West Valley Fault ang dumadaan. West Valley Fault din ang dumadaan sa 38 iba pang barangay sa loob naman ng Metro Manila. Kasama na rito ang 9 na barangay sa Quezon City, 4 na barangay sa Marikina, 2 sa Pasig, 3 sa Makati, 12 sa Taguig, at 8 sa Muntinlupa. Pero nilinaw ng PHIVOLCS, bahagi lang ng barangay ang dinadaanan ng mismong fault at hindi ang buong barangay. Kaya importanteng suriin kung gaano kalayo ang iyong tirahan o opisina mula sa fault.
For this activity, you're going to complete the earthquake vocabulary activity to determine your vocabulary knowledge about our content. You may use dictionaries to guide you in this activity. However, it is recommended that you will use the context clues in accomplishing this task. You're going to write the definitions of the following words. Write or prepare a diary entry pretending to be a person who experienced the October 15, 2013 Bohol earthquake with a 7.2 magnitude. Possible events to include in your entry. What were you doing at 8:12 a.m.? What began to happen around you? What did you see and hear?
Here's the earthquake here at Cebu. It's October 14th, 8:15 in the morning. And this is what's going on here at the Chandelier.
The Philippines lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire, which causes the country to have frequent seismic and volcanic activity. Is your home safe from the West Valley Fault or active volcanoes? Use the map to locate your area. Draw a circle in which part of the Philippines is your home. Describe your experiences on earthquake and volcanic eruption. And now for this activity, you're going to draw a simple map and describe the distribution of active volcanoes, earthquake epicenters, and major mountain belts in Calabar Zone. You will use your science journal for your answer. Using the graph, you're going to answer the questions in your science journal. And these are the questions. Question number 1 for earthquake epicenter. If a primary wave arrives at a seismograph station at 9:07 a.m. and the secondary wave arrives at the same seismograph station at 9:09 a.m., about how far is that station from the epicenter of the earthquake? For the second question, the arrival time. A seismograph station is 2,500 km from the epicenter of an earthquake. What is the difference in time between the primary wave arrival time and the secondary wave arrival time? Our next activity is the article analysis. You're going to read each article and answer the following questions. We have 3 articles. Article 1 is the Philippine volcano Mount Mayon in deadly eruption. Our Article 2, Taal volcano rumbles, 5 earthquakes recorded. And Article 3, be prepared. You will use the Volcano and Earthquake Disaster Preparedness and Risk Reduction Worksheet to write the significant details and events from each article. You will be guided by the process questions for each article. Number 1, what can you generalize about the disaster preparedness and risk reduction programs of PHIVOLCS in the province of Albay for Mayon volcano? Number 2, why does the Philippines have to strictly enforce and observe risk reduction management programs for volcanic and earthquake disasters? Number 3, why does a number of a particular type of volcanoes or faults exist in the Philippines? And now, at this point, I will assess you what have you learned in our lesson. You will answer the 5-item test and you're going to use the table below to answer the questions follow. I hope you enjoyed and learned something today. This is Miss Corinne Canzado. See you in our next lesson.